dad wrote musicals. My mum was an opera singer. So it was just something Mum went off to do for work, Dad went off to do for work. So I didn't really appreciate how amazing it was growing up in this world and meeting all these people. And it all seemed quite normal to me, so I suppose I took it for granted. And then when I wanted to become a musician, I went off into the jazz world because I wanted to make my own way. As I started to make enough of a name for myself to be able to, play at places like Ronnie Scott's and start touring, I realised, possibly the pandemic helped me distill this thought. I realised that my life was very theatrical. I am innately theatrical. So that's where we started.
Celebrating, like this way your table's waiting. What good's permitting, some profit.
So Tom Richards, who has been instrumental and amazing in formulating and putting this whole record together with me, we were talking about which kind of orchestra we would like to work with, had the budget and capacity to work with. And top of the list always was Metropole.
Well, Joe is someone I've worked with for years and years, so it's great to fulfil this role as a conductor and a producer for him on a personal level and a musical one. And to combine Joe, one of my best friends, with my favourite orchestra in the Netherlands, it's just been a complete joy.
To be able to work with an orchestra with a name like that, across the world they are known for just being complete masters of this style. Pop, jazz, funk, soul, they can do it all. They've backed, Gregory Porter, Jacob Collier, Corey Wong. To work with them was the dream, so we knew we had to make the arrangements and the orchestrations match the quality that they would bring.
Will bring you close to God, but to stop.
So I knew the title was always going to be theatre. It just seemed to me an obvious name. It would reach out to people. It was bold. I could see it I could already see the front cover with me in a theatre. So the story of the album is what theatre means to me and what theatre means to us. The word, the concept, the idea of theatre, they remain always as a place to escape. We'd planned the sessions in Hilversum in the Netherlands, which is just north of Amsterdam. And it was just before Christmas. It was a tricky time because Tom Richards had come off a tour. I was really, really busy in December. I had loads of gigs up to the 16th, so we thought we could do it then. The day we were due to fly out to Amsterdam, we took a test because we all had to, and mine was positive. I'm quite sanguine about these things normally, but that really felt like a hammer blow. After everything we've been through, to not be able to go out. And Steve said, well, we can't do it without you, so let's rearrange. We spoke to the orchestra, they couldn't rearrange it. It was impossible, they'd already contracted everyone.
Joe got a positive COVID result, and this was 3 hours before we got on the plane. So we had to work out a whole new way to make this album. So luckily myself and Steve Power, who is the co-producer, managed to make it over, and we've been talking to Joe on the computers.
So I was here on Zoom and on audio movers and just trying to be as much a part of it.
Well, we've got Joe online because he couldn't be here due to COVID. He can hear live through the wonders of modern technology. So apart from we miss him, we miss his presence here, but he is being able to contribute as much as he needs to, I think, and wants to.
And because I was watching it every day, I didn't, the emotional impact of that didn't really hit me until around Christmas time, when I had to go away for Christmas on a gig, and I realised that it had really affected me, and it was a sort of, it was quite a traumatic experience to not do that thing that I've been dreaming about, to work with this orchestra, to record these songs I'd spent a year working on, just to meet the musicians and have that connection.
Nothing's gonna harm me, not while I'm around.
Yeah, anyway, we managed to get the orchestral sessions done, and the orchestra was glorious. was 3 days of very intense recording. And then we came back, did Christmas, did the New Year, and then we went to a great studio in London, Rack Studios. That was a joyous thing. We had the choir there, we had me doing my piano sessions and vocals. And that's when it really started to take shape, because we had the orchestra in the bag. And now I needed to get in the bag with the orchestra. It was a big bag. Huge.
Gonna build it high. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I only know I'm gonna try. I'm gonna build a daydream.
This is the closest to what I always thought I could do when I started making music and recording. I always thought I had something like this in me, and I've realised it's taken this much work, 14 months of almost constant thinking. I mean, when I go for a run or a swim or just standing, staring at a wall, it's been completely spinning around my head the whole time.
A record like this is something that he's always wanted to make, and I think the fact that we're able to come here and make it on this scale is really special.
He's got theatre in his DNA. He's like a proper showman. You know, he can sing, he can talk, he can entertain, and he's a great musician as well.
From that first moment of handing over a song to hearing it now, hearing the full mastered, mixed gloriousness of the Metropole Orkest and the choir, I can't believe that it can become that. Because you hope sometimes, you know, you're writing away and you think, I hope this song becomes something big, huge, something that means a lot and delivers musically. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited to play this music to people. I hopefully don't feel it's hubristic to say, hey, I've made this great album, because it wasn't. By no means was it just me. I'm like 2% of it. The orchestra was a huge bit. The arrangers, Tom and Steve as producers, the choir, the guests I've got. I love that. I love that collegiate approach where we've just all given it our very all 100%.